Hi guys, it's Craig Coffey. What makes you scared? What are you afraid of? If you're like me, and what I was afraid of, it was stuttering, approaching people, getting out of my comfort zone, figuring out how to talk, and eventually learning to love to speak to people. I'm guessing you have the same kind of a fear. That's why you're probably enjoying these kind of channels. That's why you're watching this content. And I specifically created this channel because it never existed. See, content like this wasn't around when I was going through my stuttering and struggling at my worst. It never existed. So I created this. This is me trying to help you, me trying to almost give advice to my old self about what I would have liked to have done sooner. So if you're afraid to talk, if you're afraid to put yourself out there, it means you really need to do that work. So do it. So put yourself out there. Challenge yourself. Be different. Don't make today the same day it was a day ago. Don't do it. Don't make this day the same as it was last week, last month, or last year. Make it different. Break your old habits and patterns. Embrace the fear. Feel scared and do it, especially because you're scared. See, when we push past that fear, that's when we have our big breakthroughs. That's when we learn important things in life. Because if we live in a circle that's our own comfort zone, then we never learn new things or experience new ideas. And that's what a big part of facing your stutter and learning to build the skills that will reduce social anxiety. It's about feeling comfortable being uncomfortable. And that was a phrase I learned a long time ago, that one of the goals was to feel comfortable feeling uncomfortable. So, I think the way I would explain it to someone else would be, just because you feel that anxiety doesn't mean don't do it. It means that you're alive. I heard a sports player talk about in these terms that Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback, or one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, depending on which side of the spectrum you fall on, he admitted that he still felt nerves before all the games. And I thought, wow, if Tom Brady feels the anxiety, then we feel it like it never stops. It never goes away. And then I also heard Tom say that the feeling of feeling that anxiety, that nervousness, those kind of butterflies, that's how he knows he's alive. So for you, do it. Challenge yourself, feel the fear, and do it despite the fear. Okay, so maybe you normally have a friend who orders the food for you, but this time you could do it yourself. Maybe you have someone who makes phone calls on your behalf, or you delay them, or you don't really make them ever. Make the phone calls, do it. Look, you're gonna run into all kinds of human beings, some who are really kind and patient and very tolerant, and some who are not. But that's life. The whole idea is get past being afraid to do this stuff. Because if you live afraid, none of these things I teach will have lasting success for you. Because if you're afraid to talk, it won't go well. So push out of your comfort zone, embrace the fear, and do it despite the fear. Look, this is me encouraging you. I've walked in your shoes. There's very few of us that can talk about what we discuss here because we've lived the same kind of a life, right? And do it. Push yourself. And the one thing I would say is when you do put yourself out there, what worked for me was for me to feel like I was in control, for me to ask a question or to engage a person. So if you are going to talk, just know that you don't have to do it in a setting like a classroom or a work event where you raise a hand, everyone turns to you, and then you say something. No, you can do it when it's just one-on-one, right? Find a person on the street, go to a grocery store or a store. You can always engage with an employee and ask them a question, but do something. And see, that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Push past that fear. So feel it and do it despite the fear. And then let me know what happens. You could always reach me at questions@craigcoffey.com or you can always put your comments in the chat below. And I look forward to our conversation. And on the next one, I'll record a special one for you. So follow me on the next one. It's going to have great content. I will see you there. Thank you. Bye.